Welcome back, everybody. It's Automotive Inc. So we took the truck down to Ford and they had it for several days. This is the update on what the hell's going on with the battery. Anyway, they decided to put another battery in it because that battery got all the way down to 22. I charged it for over 24 hours, disconnected, going, so we didn't have to worry about the management system itself, and brought it back. And after they swapped the new battery, so it's getting colder here in old Colorado, so you know what dead batteries in cold do. They usually take a massive dump. Usually they split and have issues, so, and of course nobody wants to be stuck not being able to go somewhere. So the truck has been sitting for 4 days. We're going to get out my handy dandy battery tester. That's this little fart right here. This is just a cheapo off of Amazon. I can link it below just in case any of you guys want to have one of these. They're pretty simple, but for what it is, I think it was less than 10 bucks. It's a pretty good deal. Let's see what Loki's done to the new battery, because they didn't do anything else to address the parasitic draw. Again, that little vibration sound I can hear. Now, they did say if I wanted to turn off some of the awesome things that I like passive entry, the alarm, approach entry lighting, I could turn that off. That might help the battery issue. So now I got an $80,000 truck that they want me to, so I have a battery so it'll start and run. I need to shut off all the wonderful crap that I bought it with. So I guess at that point, what's the point? Instead of really addressing the issue, and you can't tell me that it's normal. So let's pop the hood. This battery tester does allow you to test it in the truck or out of the truck. All right, so how this works, guys, is you hook it up. Let's get it to do its thing. There we go. We're going to test the battery in vehicle or out of vehicle. It's in. It is an AGM or acid glass mat. We'll go based on cold cranking amps. It is a 750 kablamo. And let's see where it's sitting. So measured at 410 cold cranking amps. You scroll down here. The state of charge is 54%. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Let's go over and see if you guys can hear this vibration noise I'm hearing. So I'm just going to set this close down here. So there it was. You might have to turn it up just to see if you guys can recognize that. So I'm just kind of scratching my head. I don't really know what to do at this point. A lot of people have said, hey man, just stop being a whiny baby poopy pants and change out a new battery. Well, obviously they put a new battery in it. This will be the second new battery with less than 8,000 miles on it. As far as you guys might be believing, I personally believe if you spend 80 G's on a truck with less than a year old and less than 12,000 miles, I certainly don't want to spend another 400 bucks buying a battery that the truck's just going to kill. And I know somebody a while back says, well, why do you always say that you should, if you're ordering one, order one with the dual batteries? This is exactly the reason. So obviously I don't drive the truck every day. It's a gas guzzling pig. I like the truck, but for my short commute, I don't really want it in the area where I park anyway. So having the extra battery will help maintain that if you don't drive it all the time. Now, another watcher did say they installed some type of charging unit where they have a plug out the front end. So I guess it's like having a diesel that you plug in only when it's cold. But in lieu of that, this is a gas that you have to plug in all the time, every day, just to make sure your battery doesn't die. So if you guys have this and experience this problem, let me know. I did shut off the alarm. I don't want to shut off the passive entry, which is where you walk up and touch it. I don't want to turn off the approach lighting. That's part of the whole pizzazz of having the features. Did turn off the alarm, it didn't make any difference. So it's pretty discouraging, but you guys can sound off if you've had similar issues, and if not, then I guess this is just a quandary I'm going to keep dealing with until they figure it out. But to be honest with you, the dealer just has no interest in doing it, and because I called so many other dealers asking about it, this issue has to be addressed allegedly by the selling dealer. As always, guys, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up at the end of the video, hit the notification bell because we got new content always coming up, and we'll catch you on the next one.